Massive thanks to the mad lads and ladies supporting the channel. The doggos say thanks. Hey everyone, it's time for some more Monster Hunter, and today I wanted to talk about why I push myself so hard. I know this is something that isn't exactly a super happy topic, and I don't know, maybe some of you may disapprove of me talking like this or even thinking like this, but it's kind of something I want to get off of my chest. Personally, I read pretty much every single comment that I get notified of or that I realized I've missed. There's a couple that have slipped through the cracks before, but something I do see a lot is people worrying about me pushing myself too hard or potentially, fatiguing myself too much when it comes to, let's say, making 2 videos a day plus working a full-time job on top of that. But I just wanted to talk about why I do that. And just to, I don't really want to make this about, oh, boohoo, poor me. And I have been trying to avoid, making it seem like I'm trying to get pity points or anything like that. But basically, for those of you who don't know, I'm in a situation where I kind of have to push myself really hard. Because if I don't, well, my future could look pretty bleak. Pretty much as is, YouTube is really the last chance I have to kind of make something of myself. I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried tech support, I've tried labor jobs, I've tried, customer service, assistant chef, law enforcement, the military, and I'm not really good at any of it. And, being a law enforcement fulfilled me, but I was just in a situation where I'm a bit too vocal for a lot of people. I just kind of say what I feel, and I struggle with, there's a time and a place and all that. And I just struggle with keeping that in check right now because I'm just not mentally stable. And when I say I'm not mentally stable, I don't mean in terms of, maniacal laughter, psychosis, Joker levels of, oh, I'm just going to snap. I'm just really sad, and I just really don't care what other people think about me. I say what I feel is truthful and honest, and if I feel like it's the right thing to say, then I'll say it. And I never mean anything malicious by it most of the time, unless I'm talking about, oh, you're just an awful person. And in which case, yeah, obviously I mean, you're an awful person, because I'm saying that maliciously. You can't really call somebody an awful person and not mean it maliciously, because, you're saying they're an awful person. But when it comes to, I don't know, let's just say that, I'll use my previous job as an example. Let's say I was told to get core fam shoes and the uniform shoes, and then the instructor said, oh, well, are those core fam shoes? And I said, yeah. And then the class says, oh, well, those aren't core fam shoes, they're dress shoes. And I just said, no, they're uniform shoes, because the instructor didn't say anything about it. And it did turn into an argument. I didn't cuss, I didn't call anyone names, I just said the instructor would have told me if they weren't core fam shoes. And they weren't, and the instructor actually pulled me aside and said, oh, well, I just didn't want to get on to you in front of everybody else like that. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get he was trying to be polite, but I was also kind of upset because it's well, I'm in the police academy, so why wouldn't you get on to me in front of everyone else? You can't be... first of all, they did like me. They said I was, the perfect cop. And I'm quoting what they said. Because of just, my mentality and how I think about things and what I want to do. And, I agree. When it comes to being a police officer, I felt like I embodied what it meant to be a police officer. But at the same time, I just don't have that emotional maturity that I needed. And that's pretty much the only thing I did lack. So when I say I'm mentally, I guess just not well, what I really mean is that I'm just in a position where I can't take the time to heal from a lot of my trauma, from a lot of the hurts, just everything bad that has happened. I just don't have the time to heal from that. And because of that, I'm just in a situation where the only 2 things that really fulfill me, because, I'm bringing people happiness or at least, slightly amusing people, or just positively impacting people's lives in some way, is being a police officer and being a content creator. So the reason why I'm pushing myself so hard is because where I'm at right now, I've pretty much moved in with a total stranger, and I've been here for almost a year, and I do need to leave soon. And I don't really have anywhere to go, technically. Like, yeah, there's some people I'm talking with where it's like, oh, yeah, I can move in with them and take 6 months and stuff, but these are strangers that I met on the internet that I really don't know anything about. And I really want to try to make YouTube take off because, if I can do the whole van life thing, I don't have to worry about potentially moving in with strangers on the internet where I could potentially be in some sort of danger, because at least in one of these situations, because one of them's kind of unsavory, I guess is the best way I can put it. The other person, I mean, yeah, I don't really know him, but the chances of me moving in with him are pretty slim. And it's like, yeah, I just feel like I'm not in a position where, like, yeah, my current job, I'm making some decent money, but they've already made it clear that eventually, as soon as layoffs happen, I am going to be laid off because I'm one of the worst performing workers. And even yesterday, whenever I went to work, my boss was like, yeah, you're not working as hard as I want you to. And he was like implicitly threatening to fire me. And yeah, so I worked really hard yesterday, and what do you know? I wound up so exhausted I couldn't even drive home safely. I was swerving all over the road because of how much I wore myself out. And it's like, for all that, I mean, I don't really get much. I get like $20 an hour, which is, enough, barely. But at the same time, it's not enough to get my own place somewhere where I can, like, have my dogs with me. I mean, even if I didn't have my dogs, where I live, there is nowhere I can really live. So as soon as I gotta leave where I am now, which is probably around July or August or something like that, as soon as that happens, I'm kind of in a spot where it's like, even with my job, I don't really have anywhere to live. So yeah, I'm trying to do the whole converted van life thing because if I can make enough off of YouTube to sustain that, I'll be safe. I'll be okay. I'll be able to, do what I need to do and handle it pretty well. And because of that, I don't have to really worry about, where's my, am I going to be homeless tomorrow? And, even living in a converted van, I'm technically going to be homeless, but at the same time, I'll have, now I have my monitor situation sorted out. I'm working on getting my internet situation sorted out with Nomad. And, I'm I already got my computer situation sorted out. And even now, GPD Win 4, just something I can kind of play on the go. And it's just like, yeah, just trying to work really hard to get everything I need done. But I'm also trying really hard, even if it's slop, even if these videos aren't really edited, they're just kind of cut down rants. And, it's like, even if it's just slop, even if it's just, whatever, it's not really good quality, it's something that the YouTube algorithm can potentially put out there. And it has been working pretty well for the most part. I don't have time to really make high-quality edited videos. And I'd like to think I've shown I am capable of that with my initial, couple dozen videos, as well as that, game trailer thing I did. But also, on top of that, like, yeah, I'm committed to this. This is something I genuinely want to do. It makes me so happy whenever I see new people join. Or when I see people be like, oh, well, I had a bummer day, but it's nice seeing a video from you. Or just even seeing people excited for my videos. When I was working as a police trainee, I was working with troubled kids who, through like this program called Roca, or Rico, not Rico. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's Roca or something like that. But basically, they find kids from troubled neighborhoods and they try to like teach them life lessons and how to develop, good skills and being a good person and good morals and ethics and work habits and all that stuff. And yeah, just seeing people excited for me to just be around is something that's really nice. And being able to positively contribute to somebody's life is also really nice, even if it's, mild amusements. And I'm pushing myself so hard because I'm trying to get to that point where I'm not scared about what tomorrow's going to be. I'm not constantly biting my nails just thinking, am I going to be homeless tomorrow? Am I going to lose my job tomorrow? Am I going to, Like, right now, I'm making decent money, and I'm saving up that money, and I'm also spending that money, and I'm trying to get everything I need to make a van life situation work. Because if I don't work hard and make this work, I don't really have a future. I don't see myself having a future. I don't see myself ever being able to take the time to heal. I don't see myself ever being with somebody. And I don't see myself being anything more than a homeless loser. So, I am sorry if I'm worrying anyone. I am in a bad situation, and I'm in a better situation, and it's hopefully going to be better very soon as well. And if everything plays out the way I hope it plays out, then there's nothing to worry about. But everything is still a maybe. And in my experience, 35 times at this point, maybes have turned into no's. It's turned into failures. And it doesn't matter how hard I try. It doesn't matter if I drop 20 pounds in 2 weeks. It doesn't matter if I spend 2 weeks walking 20 miles to work, and I get a ride home, but in the freezing cold to where my hair was literally frozen in my head and I quite literally passed out in training. And because I walked so far, they just didn't say anything about it. And it doesn't matter if I upset my boss because I sleep at the office building at 3 in the morning because I didn't have enough time to walk home and then back to work the next day. It doesn't matter what I do. It's always, just a failure. I just fell. So, yeah, hopefully YouTube works out. My birthday's May the 11th. I would appreciate if I could get to 1,000 subscribers before then, but if not, hopefully I can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the first year, July 22nd. That's what I'm hoping anyways. But, yeah, that's it. Thank everybody for being here. Thank everybody for watching, and thanks for listening to me. If you liked the video, leave a like on it. Comment down below if you can relate in some way. If there's anything that you struggled with and how you overcame it. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. Check out my Discord community if you want to join me on this journey of playing through all the Monster Hunter games and hopefully doing the van lifer thing pretty soon so that I can show you all the world as well. And check out my Patreon, link in the description below if you want to support the future of the channel. Or become a member on YouTube. You can now become a member for $1 a month. Both here and on Patreon. Yeah, that said, thank everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.